Welcome to the Daily Threat, your one-stop source for the latest in cybersecurity news. Today is March 23, 2023. In this episode, we'll be discussing two major stories that have recently made headlines: a ransomware attack on Dole and a thwarted business email compromise or BEC fraud attempt. We'll also be providing essential recommendations and best practices that you can implement to protect your organization from similar threats. But before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and click the bell icon to stay updated on the latest cybersecurity news. The Daily Threat is proudly brought to you by QIT Solutions, your trusted partner in securing your digital world. Our first story today comes from Bleeping Computer, which reports that Dole, the multinational fruit and vegetable corporation, has disclosed a data breach affecting employee information following a ransomware attack. The company discovered the breach after receiving a ransom demand from the attackers, who claimed to have encrypted data and exfiltrated sensitive employee information. Dole immediately launched an investigation and found that the attackers had indeed compromised a portion of its network. The compromised data includes names, social security numbers, driver's license numbers, and other personal information of current and former employees. While the company is still assessing the full extent of the damage, it has begun notifying affected individuals and providing credit monitoring and identity theft protection services. In response to this incident, we'd like to share some recommendations and best practices to help protect your organization from ransomware attacks. Keep your software and systems updated, regularly patch and update your operating systems, applications, and security software to protect against known vulnerabilities. Implement strong access controls, use multi-factor authentication, MFA, and limit user privileges to minimize the risk of unauthorized access. Regularly backup data, maintain frequent and secure backups of your critical data, and store them offline or in a separate network to prevent ransomware from encrypting your backups. Train employees on cybersecurity, educate your employees on the risks of phishing attacks, and teach them how to recognize and report suspicious emails and links. Develop an incident response plan, establish a well-defined process for identifying, containing, and recovering from a ransomware attack. Our second story today comes from Dark Reading, where an AI-powered fraud detection system successfully prevented a major business email compromise (BEC) attempt. The targeted company, whose identity has not been disclosed, was saved from a potential loss of millions of dollars. The attackers impersonated a high-ranking executive and sent an email to the finance department requesting an urgent wire transfer to an offshore account. Fortunately, the company's AI-driven fraud detection system flagged the email as suspicious, prompting further investigation. Upon closer examination, the finance team identified the email as a sophisticated BEC attempt and prevented the transfer of funds. This case highlights the growing importance of incorporating AI and machine learning into your organization's cybersecurity strategy. Here are some best practices for defending against BEC attacks. Implement email authentication protocols, utilize technologies such as SPF, DKIM, and DMARC to help authenticate emails and prevent spoofing. Verify wire transfer requests, establish a process for confirming the legitimacy of wire transfer requests through a secondary means of communication, such as a phone call. Train employees on email security, teach employees how to recognize and report BEC attempts, as well as other email-based scams. Monitor email traffic, use advanced email security solutions, like AI-powered fraud detection systems, to identify and block suspicious messages in real time. Regularly review and update security policies. Ensure that your organization's security policies are current and comprehensive, addressing potential risks and outlining procedures for handling incidents. That wraps up today's episode of the Daily Threat. Remember, staying informed and proactive is key to maintaining the security of your organization. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon to receive notifications for future episodes. The Daily Threat is brought to you by QIT Solutions, your trusted partner in securing your digital world. For more information on how QIT Solutions can help protect your organization from cyber threats, visit their website at www.qitsolutions.com. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next episode of the Daily Threat. Until then, stay safe and keep your organization secure.